Right now, you are heavily on someone's mind. They are using their imagination and creativity to come up with ways to share how they feel. The Page of Cups is imaginative. He has a vivid imagination, so he can be extremely creative. I mean, when you do have the ability to think outside the box, much like the Page of Cups, you can come up with and create some pretty magical things, I feel. So there is someone that has you on their mind right now. They want to express how they feel. They may be in the beginning stages of coming up with some kind of gift for you, coming up with some kind of, could be a poem, a song, if they're a writer or creative in that way, a piece of art perhaps. For some of you out there, you are sailing away from harder times, more difficult times, going toward clearer waters, happier days. There's a much clearer path forward here for you. That's being illuminated with the Six of Swords. Perhaps you're at a distance from this person. You may have to travel to see them. But, if it is a trip, you're basically, or, whether it may be close as well, but just at a distance from you. It doesn't have to be like some out of state or, but it could be. You are traveling toward better times, better days, even if it's just temporarily, if it's a vacation, for example. You have the Seven of Cups here, so you may have a lot on your mind right now. You may not be fixated or focused on love by any means, but it may be something that you do think about and consider. With the Seven of Cups here, it's, there's a myriad of things on this person's mind, basically. You could be thinking about your career, you could be thinking about your spirituality and, like your relationship with God. You could be thinking about, your resources, what you have, who you have, what you contribute, how you can contribute, and also trying to define what success means to you and finding purpose, I hear. But you are attracting in a very stable kind of connection with someone, I feel, with the Ten of Pentacles. You bring together what you have and match it with what this person has, and together you have it all. The Ten of Pentacles is a divinely protected kind of union and relationship here, where stability is highlighted, security is important to each person. See what else comes out. Six of Wands, so another six. The number six could be significant. It's here twice. You're achieving victory. This move that you're making, this change that's taking place in your life, this trip that you're going on could potentially change your life. I mean, you could be going on a trip to meet someone. You could be going on a It could be for pleasure. It could be for something completely different as well. But I feel like you're going to be experiencing some type of success in a very public way, some kind of victory and triumph here with the Six of Wands. Perhaps it's success in this relationship that you find with someone. And again, you know, this is not to say that you're focused or fixated on love, because again, you have the Seven of Cups here. You have a myriad of things on your mind, but the first card out was the Page of Cups, someone making some kind of romantic gesture, expressing their feelings in a very creative way. See what else comes out. There are some changes that need to take place. You may know exactly what changes need to happen, you know, in order for you to manifest this life that you want. You know, all these things that you're thinking about, all these different areas of life that require your attention. I feel like you're thinking about where changes need to be made in your life, for what's grown to be harvested, I feel. To be accepting of change and welcoming of change, not afraid of it, you know, or so shocked to see it that, you know, it renders you immobile, or you freeze and do nothing. If you know what changes need to be made in your life, you know, as they pertain to the different things that you have on your mind, as they pertain to the different areas of focus that you feel are require your attention right now, try to get ahead of those changes. Try to make those changes if you can. You know, do what you can to make those changes. I feel like you're coming off as very attractive, very magnetic with the Queen of Rods here, the Queen of Wands. You're basically being looked at as someone that, you know, can get what they want. You know, you attract what it is that you want. You're a magnet for attention. You're very confident in the way that you come off to other people with the Queen of Rods here. So this is how this person coming in that wants to make this creative or this romantic gesture towards you, that's how they see you. They're very attracted to you, and you know, they feel like you do bring quite a bit to the table. You're very passionate, and they like that about you. The Lovers, another 6. Oh my God. 666. I don't know. They sometimes attribute that sequence of numbers with negative things, but I don't really know. So we have the Lovers here. You know, the Lovers is all about a choice, you know, and if it's in love, think about it. You know, when you choose someone, that's probably the most powerful thing you can do, you know, is make the choice to love someone, make the choice to, you know, be with them, to, you know, choose to be loyal and to love that person solely, you know, if it's romantic, you know, in that way, and monogamous, because, you know, to each their own. But this kind of relationship here is, there's an exclusivity to it, where it's just these two people. There's this mutual kind of attraction here between you and someone else. See what else comes out. Seven of Swords. So, don't self-deceive, I'm hearing. Don't be deceptive to yourself. The truth shall set you free. It's important to be truthful. It's important to be honest about what it is you want, what it is you feel. You know, you may be withholding how you feel. You may be withholding certain thoughts from certain people. Perhaps all this change that you're thinking about making as it pertains to, your life path and what you have to do, is causing you to be very secretive about, your plans and your movement. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. So, you're definitely attracting in material resources, the means that you need to really thrive. I see you, with money and, surrounding yourself with beautiful things, not just in your environment, but on your person, on yourself. I feel like, you're going to adorn yourself with beautiful clothing and beautiful jewelry and, and it's not like a matter of being vain either. You just have an appreciation and love for beautiful things. These are creature comforts to you, certain luxuries in life that you can afford, because you have the means, because you have the resources. We have the Four of Swords here. So you may need to just go within and, meditate a little bit, take some time to rest and recuperate, and process some of these thoughts that you're having, or, as they relate to your life and what and who you are, because you're showing up here as very attractive, very magnetic with the Queen of Rods and then the Queen of Pentacles. And this isn't gender specific either. I know I'm saying queen because that's what's here, but with the Queen of Pentacles, you're abundant, you have money, you have, you're decked out in the most, beautiful clothing and jewelry, but you've worked hard for that. It's not like, you're not a stranger to hard work. But there may be some things that you need to think about and get clear on in terms of what it is that you want. Maybe pray on those things and ask God to bring it in for you. Let me see. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles. You're looking at all the 3 sevens. 777, 666 is here. The number 10 can be significant. The number 4, 8, 13, 4. Again, so that's 4 twice. Okay. But yeah, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you're looking at all the hard work that you've put in. You're seeing the results of your hard work, the spoils of your toil, I feel. And you're just in a contemplative space. You're thinking a lot about how you're going to grow your wealth, but you have the Ten of Pentacles here. So, it's destined to be that you'll have all that you need, and it's just really a matter of planning and taking the time necessary to think about what it is that you want, get clear on what that is so that you can attract it in, because again, you're magnetizing these things to you, I feel, with the Queen of Rods here. Let's get a couple oracle cards before I close out. Like, follow, and share while you're here, if you're so inclined. Let's see what messages come out with the oracle. We have not today, boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. So there could be something that you don't want to really talk about right now that you're hanging on to and holding in. You know, it could be the way you feel about a certain situation, a certain person, a certain experience that you've had. And maybe it wasn't the most positive. We have backstabbing here, heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, and shocking attack. Paired with old school, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So, I mean, this betrayal that you experience could be from the past, you know, and it could be tainting the way that you think and look at things now, maybe altering your perspective some. You know, you may be thinking in ways that don't really serve you and aren't really producing any kind of real results in terms of solutions. You know, if you're replaying old conflicts in your head, you know, how do you resolve these things? I guess you gotta try to look at things differently, but you're not wanting to right now for some reason with the not today card at the bottom of the deck. We also have mask, hiding true feelings, pretending and delude, gaslight, and personify. So yeah, there's something here about, you know, you're hiding something, you know, about how you really feel. Perhaps someone broke your heart in the most, you know, messed up way, and you're still reeling and healing from that. You know, that could be the case. And it's not to diminish, you know, your pain or your experience, but it may be necessary for you to start trying to figure out how to heal this heartache. You have mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, and inner wounds. So I would say just be careful that you're not giving out or giving back what people put out that's negative. Did someone hurt you and now, you know, you're hurting them in some way? Are you resulting to wearing this mask and hiding how you feel for real because you were hurt by someone? Let's see what else comes out. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards just to see what comes out. Nothing wants to come out. That's interesting. I've shuffled. This is like my third time. Might end it here if nothing else comes out. That's wow. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to end it here since that's what I said I'd do. Nothing else wants to come out. So, yeah, there could be some kind of stubborn energy at play here. You know, perhaps that's your energy. That's really all I have for right now. That kind of took a little turn. All the oracle cards were a little on the on the negative side, in some ways, I mean, backstabbing, old school, mask, mirror, and not today. So all kind of like, and then the card, and then I shuffled like 20 times and nothing came out. So the energy's stubborn. You know, just be mindful that you're not giving back what people, you know, like if people are being negative, like just let it go and move on from that. You know, let people be negative, let people be them. You don't have to fight fire with fire, I'm hearing. You know, and you don't have to hide who you are from everyone, you know. Perhaps someone hurt you in a way that makes you feel like you have to hide who you are from them truly, so you're wearing this mask. But again, this might be an old way of thinking, or possibly even an old situation that needs to be removed from your life, or changed somehow, revamped and made better, I'm hearing. Because, you know, you don't want to be in a situation where you feel like you can't talk to someone, you know, and if you're hurting over, you know, the pain that someone caused you, perhaps it's time to address it. If not with that person, then, you know, with yourself, and do what you can to heal from it. Because, you know, with the original message, just to say this to close out, you know, you're attracting in a lot of good things, you know. And then I pick up the deck and soulmates is here. So you got soul connection, partnership, soul contract, and life partner, which could be significant. Yeah, I feel like that's what this relationship is. Whatever relationship is coming your way or that you're entering into, you know, it's gonna be the one. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I'll be back with another video soon. Take care, guys. Peace out.